Hello everyone, welcome to another NASCAR 21 Ignition gameplay, and this is going to be, um, pre-patch the 2.1 update. So as you see, you can turn the steering off, and so that's pretty good. I know I'm late on this, but we can also watch, some more gameplay and stuff like that. So it's, always a positive. So I'm going to head to, Nashville in a second, but this game, even though it's, not, I wouldn't consider it done, but I much prefer it than NASCAR Heat 5 because of, I just enjoy the racing more, and I think that career mode is way more in depth with everything, and I'm going to be starting career series soon, so watch out for that. So yeah.
I'm Alex Hayden, welcoming you back to beautiful Nashville Super Speedway for some single car qualifying. Today we get to put to the test who figured out single car speed.
Yeah, so my favorite driver is obviously no previous winner as well. What about you guys?
We're not exactly sure who will lead the charge today. It's easy to make assumptions based on recent success at these intermediates, but this is a different surface and slightly shorter distance than our standard mile-and-a-half track. By the end of qualifying today, we'll see who sits atop the pylon and who will lead the field to the inaugural green flag here at Nashville Super Speedway.
I find the intros pretty cool, especially with all the people, even though you could see, they're not that animated, but, for a last gen game, because this is on PlayStation 4, it's pretty impressive. And it's also really cool that they finally put the setups in the game, so that's good. They're fixing these issues, so that's great. Game's more playable now, because, one setup, and if it was a bad setup, you couldn't, you have to wait and get into the pit, so some tracks were unplayable, especially how hard Extreme is. So, Extreme's like a little too hard. Everyone's saying, kind of agree. It's like cars have nitrous in them and you don't. Anyway, my first qualifying doesn't get into the first corner because it's too loose. So maybe the steering assist was actually a good thing, because as you can tell, you kind of need it for like the small tracks, the short tracks. I don't know, but technically this isn't a short track. I think they put in the intermediates, because I think it's a 1.3 or what. I don't know the length. We have to look back on that, but Nashville is kind of like in the middle. I would consider it a short track. But anyway, I run into the wall there, so maybe I just need to get better, and I'm just not good. But anyway, yeah. So don't worry, I'll massively improve over time. Just getting used to it, because the way this game feels and NASCAR Heat is completely different. Overall, I prefer this game's handling. If I had the more customization and setups, I would definitely put it way over NASCAR Heat 5s, because just the ability to hold straight lines and run next to AI and like players is just way better. Like in NASCAR Heat 5, what's it called? I just go sending into the infield there. So even though it looks like I'm having being kind of frustrated, I do get frustrated sometimes. I much prefer NASCAR ignitions, because when you get a good run, you're running with the AI, and when it's at the peak, it's amazing. Like, I used to be like really scared, like going through Heat 5. Like, I could not run with computer or like players. Like, you couldn't really do that, especially if you get like really loose, and it's like I just feel like I have more control over it, and I feel like I just am more confident with the car. So I massively like it more than NASCAR Heat 5. Not saying it's a perfect game, but I'm saying I would say it's a step up. in the handling department by far. Just yeah, I forgot one thing that they need is feedback, because you can't tell when your car is slipping. It just comes out, like it's hard to tell. So they need the vibration system from Nascar 5 with the sliding cars. I don't think they need the draft effects. I kind of like it where you don't see the draft. It kind of makes it more like NASCAR Heat. Your thermometer would like be blue, and as you can see, I get a was that 0.7 off the last guy. But anyway, it would just turn blue, the thermometer, and you'd be in the draft. I like how that doesn't happen in the heat games. I was like, kind of, I kind of liked it when you like you were in a draft, but in NASCAR Heat, you can kind of tell when you're in a draft, because you just go faster, because what I do is I kind of look at the thermometer, I've been saying thermometer, I mean, I don't know what the speed gauge, I don't know what it's called. I can't think of it now, but I just look at it sometimes to see how fast I'm going. I just use it as a gauge to see how fast I'm going in the lap time, because in a NASCAR Heat 5, you didn't have a timer. They would like tell you after you hit the time, but with this, they tell you, so I don't really need to do that anymore. It's kind of a bad habit, but anyway, as you can see, my multiple failures in this, it's going to be difficult when I get to Nashville and I have to play it for a career race, but I think I'll learn then. So I decided, after many failed attempts, that I'm just going to go into it last place, because I think that'd be the best place for me, because I can't run with them, so this should not go well. But you know what, let's just see it. Let's just see what happens. And we're off, so let's see how long until I crash. I'm guessing not even the first turn. Let's see if I'm right. Well, I already know, but what was it? Is that the first turn, or is that like the beginning of the first turn? I think I was right in the first turn. So yeah, this is what I usually kind of do. Is like I usually do the pit options, and then this is how you can like kind of change your setup. But the thing is that's not the start. Like you have to go into the pits. So if you want to go like a couple laps down, you would have to do that. But I'm kind of getting, understanding the pit options. They're like somewhat normal to I think they're kind of the exact same, except like the track bar. You can't change the track bar in the other game, I don't think. Like as in the pit options, but you can do it here. And the wedge, it's not like 50. It's like it's at 0 instead of like 50. So 50 is like the 0. You can see there the wedge, the second one. That's what I think. And also, it's funny, grill tape, you have -5. I don't know how that I don't know what they do. They put negative grill tape there. Is that like negative matter? They put a negative matter tape there. That's interesting. So as I hit the wall, I spin out. So yeah, I think Nashville's a race that I need to improve on. Seems like I just hit the wall and then I just go into the grass. Hit the wall but didn't go in the grass, so making big strides there. Hopefully I can keep it up for another 45 laps. I think I can do it. Some can dream, but no, we can't. So I think the best place we should go is Talladega here. So I see that the setups, I didn't know if being loose would help you get through the corners easily. I don't think it, or like quicker, I don't think it does. So oh yeah, there's this glitch where you like the camera goes off and you can't I'm not touching anything, and it just goes away. The options go away. What I found was if you go into the menus and the dead zone, do the right stick and like move it up a little bit, you get rid of that. So it's like, I don't know if it's my controller where it's like sensing movement where I'm not pushing it, but it's an easy fix. It doesn't really hinder you at all. You just have to put it up, and it's, you're not really using the right stick that much, only to look, and even then, you can just move it far enough that the dead zone doesn't matter. But anyway, yeah, so the first setup for a Talladega would be tight, because I feel like if you're loose, it's way easier to lose control. I definitely suggest tight for online races, because you never know with them. So after a few practice runs, I got first place, but it's just practice, isn't qualifying. But big step up from Nashville there. So here's the start of the practice, qualifying, and hopefully we maintain at a good spot. But you never know, because I could get a good run maybe, but hopefully not. Looks like I got third, so not first, but not too bad. Better than last. So we're getting ready to hit the green flag, and there we go. So now I'm in control. So yeah, you're still not in control on yellow flags in the first on the start. Like in the restart, yeah, you're in control. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of awkward how they do it, because one time you're not to start, and then every other time you are. So interesting choice there.
Stay right. All right, keep it high. Keep focused here. Still a few more.
So as you see there, looks like Truex just took me out, but the spotter actually said stay right, but that was way too fit. Like there's nothing I could do. Like I just popped out of nowhere. But it wasn't even the spotter's fault. I think that was actually a great call by him. But even still, that was very unlucky. So let's give it another retry. So trying to pit view, or was it cockpit view? But yeah, now and I just spin out there. So yeah, I don't think the cockpit view is good for like Talladega. I don't think you want to be running that. So I don't know how long I'm gonna last this around, but just getting used to the feel of the game right now. I think this is like the early days. So I had this video for a while. I've just been collecting footage, and you can see there I'm using a draft. I just pushed Danny Hamlin, trying to get a train. And oh yeah, the looking back feature, you don't spin around. That was a thing that they fixed. So I'm gonna try to overtake him because I just have enough speed. But Logano decides he's gonna stick with Denny Hamlin there, so I'm left to drive, or dry, sorry. Well, technically to drive, but yeah. So it looks like Byron's trying to help, but he also gets, or no, sorry, it's Truex. Well, Byron left us to drive, so I just get down there. So yeah, the AI I really like on these super speedways. I think they're way better than NASCAR heats. I think in all courses they're way better, but that's just my opinion. So you see, I was blocked by Byron, and I had a good run there, but Christopher Bell takes that, so they're getting a train, but was it Chase Elliott wasn't there in time. But looks like, what was that? It's Logano I think he's trying to make it too wide there. So that's good, because when they go too wide, when they don't go in a straight line, or if they're in the pack that are like really wide, that means that they're going to slow down, and they're probably actually going to go slower than an actual like one car. So when you see that, that's good. But if you see that they're snaking, which is, you know, it's accurate, they usually do that. But in this game, you can just break away from the pack. I think the problem is that going side by side, like, really, like, decrease your speed at, like, abnormally, like, not realistically. They need to, I guess, tone it down to make it more realistic. But other than that, I think that the driving is kind of realistic. I mean, technically it was, because this was like like, it's called tandem drafting, but 21, we don't have that, you know, in real life. We don't have that anymore. You know, just speaking of it, there they are. They're doing tandem drafts. But I think I'm able to, you know, keep up with them. So I'm going, you know, 201, 202. So you don't go. I think you don't go. I was like thinking about like NASCAR Heat 5, like I think the fastest, and I think I was putting it like on this like super effect when, you know, they had an option where you can have like the draft be like really effective on like super speedways. I put it like to the highest effect, but I got like what 217 maybe. Like you get into teams in this game, you get lucky if you get into 210. So I think it's more realistic in that sense. I think that's where they kind of run. I don't think, and like you'd have to be like way behind, like do a humongous slingshot there. But like in like when you're drafting with a partner, you can get like you go around 202, 201, 203. But that's like just being partner to partner. You can like easily break, you know, 205 if you like sort of like slingshot kind of. So I'm coming up on them, and as you can see, Byron tries to pass Denny Hamlin, but I kind of comes back down, but I just block him there. So looks like he's left there out to dry, but good for him. There's like no one behind us, so he can easily catch back up. But I try to go past Denny Hamlin there, and he almost takes me in the corner, and yeah, he did. I think that was my fault. As you can see here, he kind of goes straight down, so I thought he was just going to clip me in the wall, but he doesn't. And I panic, and I turn him, well, turn me into him, but that's, it's like a, you know, something you see in online. I was kind of surprised by that, but yeah, I think, you know, I think I had enough for today. Just things aren't going my way. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to see more Ignition content, and see you all later. Bye.